Okay, welcome you guys. We are so ready and excited for today as we get ready for our Esther reset, which really is just helping you tackle your health. Okay. Hello, hello, ladies. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to our Esther reset. Our week, technically, this is week two. But usually we do our calls on week one, but this month we did it on week two. Because we had our Esther fast last week. But anyways, welcome to the Esther Reset. This is just a bi-weekly check-in that I do here on with the ladies inside of the membership, which is the Esther Reset, which is a health cohort where we just tackle our health, okay? And so, yeah, if you're just, I'm also streaming this on YouTube because I did see some ladies not able to make it tonight. So I thought I don't have an actual platform to post these to. So I was like, let me just stream it. They can go watch it there. We can share the link. So, anyways, alrighty. So tonight we're just really going to get down to kind of the nitty-gritty of tackling the mountain of our health in 2026, okay? Um, I don't know if your health may feel like a mountain. It may have felt like a mountain in the past at different times. But the goal is that it will not feel like such a mountain and you'll be able to tackle that thing. And that's something that I definitely have experienced where I feel like my health has been a mountain. My health journey, my fall off, pick up, fall off, pick up, fall off. And I know some people may think, well, this is very physical. Like, what does that benefit us? But I noticed like every pound is attached to something. There's been so many times where I'd be running in the morning and I would just start crying, right? There would be times I would look at a number on the scale and be like, I would be just crying because I couldn't believe that I finally reached a certain number. Or even just listening to your body and learning your body and what it likes and what it doesn't like. And so this is technically our round seven of doing these Esther reset. And the reason we call it round seven is because it's really just a 30-day challenge. And so this 30-day challenge, I want to encourage you, if you've been on this for a while, don't neglect your smoothies, okay? And I'm speaking from experience. Feel like the weeks I neglected my smoothies was the weeks that my scale would not really like. If I neglected smoothies for a couple weeks, I would notice the scale would not move like when I was more in a calorie deficit. And the smoothies help you be in a calorie deficit. Now, let me say this. You cannot drink your smoothies and then go and buy chocolate every 5 minutes. Okay. That's not going to help you stay in a calorie deficit, and that's not going to help you lose that weight. And just take it from me, take it from experience. I have seen myself fluctuate at different times. I've seen the scale go stuck for me for 3 weeks to a month to 2 months. And it really was because of the lack of awareness of my calories. And so I'm not telling you to penny pinch and like count every single calorie, but I am telling you to be aware of your body because you may think your body, like it doesn't matter. You may feel like, well, my health doesn't matter. I've got bigger fish to fry. But I want to tell you, your health matters all the time. And your health is attached to your purpose. And this was something years ago. I remember the Lord kind of told me, He was like, how are you going to travel and walk up flights of stairs and go and speak for hours on a stage if I call you to do that when you can't even walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing, right? And I remember I was just like, because I feel like I never seen my purpose and my health really that attached. And it also was during COVID. I got COVID bad in 2019. And that showed me that like everything in my life stopped because my health was bad. Like I couldn't produce content, I couldn't show up, I couldn't preach, I couldn't do nothing because my health was bad. And so, I'm just wanting to encourage that like there is so much more to do. Like there's so much that your health is attached to, okay? And so don't neglect that. So anyways, we are on the Esther Reset round seven. And so I usually drop a poll and kind of like the girls on Zoom can kind of let me know how their things are going so far. But this is something I want to ask. Does anyone want to share so far? We've only been in a week. This is the start of week two. But does anybody want to share something they've learned about themselves, learned about their body, things that have been good, things that haven't been so great? Does anyone want to chime in and share anything that they've learned about themselves, their body? their health journey, what they're trying to implement right now? Anything? Okay, Kimberly. Hold on one second. Let me ask you to unmute and I will spotlight.
Hello,
Okay. Hey,
everyone.
hey,
Good
hey, girl.
evening. Yes, I definitely have been learning some things about myself. Although my weight has been fluctuating, I've been trying to reach my goal weight for over 10 years now, and I have not been able to reach it. And I had really bad gut issues at one point when I was going through my divorce. I had really, really bad stomach issues, and
Mm,
so, as I worked through those, I had to change a lot of my eating. And so, you know, um, get to now where I'm at about 11 years into studying about nutrition and doing a lot of research and stuff like that. And I'm learning now as I get older, my body just does not like things. It just does not like
mm-hmm,
I literally ate my daughter went to a cookie decorating class and she
mm-hmm,
decorated some sugar cookies for Valentine's Day. And she was like, "Hey, mom, I got you some cookies." And I was like, "Okay, I'm going to eat one cookie." And I ate that cookie and I got brain fog. I lost like my clarity, like focus. I was like, man, I was getting ready to do a girl's hair. And I was like, I can't focus right now to even, I don't understand the sugar. I was like, the sugar, there's so much sugar in it. And, um, I was like, I'm not eating that again. My body just does not like it. So I'm
mm-hmm,
finding out what my body likes and what it does not like, based on how it feels. I definitely feel a lot freer when I eat foods, like when I eat avocados and tomatoes and light things. And then I discovered this weight loss shake, and I love to make my smoothies with that, with the protein powder and stuff like that. So, you know, I called myself this week trying to make a healthy snack. I am
mm-hmm,
not a baker, but I was listening to
mm-hmm.
a lady on YouTube and I tried to make this snack and it was so nasty. I don't like chocolate. I realized I do not like chocolate. I used to love chocolate. I was that one that was always in the sweet shop at work buying a chocolate bar. Like I was
Mm-hmm,
like, I loved chocolate. I do not like chocolate. And I think that a lot of that is when I
mm-hmm,
had COVID. I hated like COVID made me hate sugar so bad. Like I did not like I don't like chocolate anymore. It's just a lot of things that I've been just discovering, but then also God has been giving me wisdom, on my health, you know, as far as being healthy and being able to live out your purpose for life instead of shortening your
mm-hmm.
purpose, with bad eating habits and health issues and all of that. So it's just been a whole lot of stuff that I've been receiving in this week. So
Okay. And talk about tired, like the brain fog. We are at school. We've been eating like some Rice Krispie treats. We got some little Valentine's Day candy today. And I was like eating multiple Rice Krispie treats. And then I was just like, after that, I felt so tired. It's like I kept yawning. I was like, gosh, it's like tiredness just hit me. But also, too, it's probably sugar crash, you know how that happens. But thank you so much for sharing that, Kimberly. I truly appreciate your perspective and kind of what your experience on this. How many, is this your first round of the Esther reset?
yes, this is my first
Oh, okay.
round,
Okay,
and
awesome.
yeah, I'm excited to do it. So
Yeah, yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you. Yeah, and so there's going to be so many different people. Like this is Kimberly's first round of this. Some people are on round seven, some people are on round three, some people stepped out, jumped back in it. So it's going to be different for everybody. But I think the biggest thing is I want you to believe that you can overcome your health mountain with God. You have to believe that. You have to believe that you can tackle even your, let's be honest, your lack of desire, your lack of drive, your lack of get up and go. There's been so many days on this 9 month journey, on my health journey, that I have not got up for a workout, that I have not ate the healthiest. There's been so many days that I did not feel like running. I didn't make it to the gym. So many days that I could have ate a salad for lunch and instead I got a cheeseburger or got McDonald's. Like there's been so many of those days. However, In the midst of those days, though, I try my best to make better decisions. Because you're gonna have those days. You're gonna have a day where you're just like, I just don't want to work out today. Like, I don't feel it. My mind don't feel it. I'm just not gonna do it. You're gonna have a day like that. You're gonna have a day where you did your routine. You're gonna have a week where your routine was perfect. You went to the gym every day. You got workouts. You were eating well. And then you're gonna have a week where it feels like you're fighting to keep that momentum and you're fighting to keep up with it. And so I'm just wanting to show you to remember that this is obviously a journey. And I am in month 9 right now of my health journey, Esther Reset, pretty much. I'm in month 9 of this. And I'm so glad that when I first fell off the train, because even though like I've been in 9 months of this, there were definitely weeks I did not work out. There have been weeks where I may have worked out, but I ate like trash, or I ate very healthy, but I didn't work out. Or there was weeks where I literally just didn't have barely any good health and I barely even worked out. And it's just like all motivation was out the door, right? I've had some weeks like that, but the key is that you keep going, okay? And so I remember I like didn't run for like we had the winter storm recently, and then after the winter storm, it was a week of just back to work, and I had calls every night. I had a tutor session. I had a lot going on. Just every night I was not even home. I was gone. And I remember being like, I haven't made it to gym. I haven't even woke up in time to get to running. I'm up late every night this week. Like, ugh. And I was kind of beating myself up about it. But I was like, but hold on. Are you a runner? And I'm like, I am a runner. And it's like, okay, so don't worry about it. As soon as you get the energy and your schedule gets back kind of normal, you will get back to running. And I kid you not, I went and ran on Saturday. This is my first time in almost 2 weeks, probably of really just running outside. And it felt so good. But I want to remind you that the key with your health journey is not that you just pick up new habits, but you really become and identify. It's almost like whatever your word of the year was, it's like you embody that word, right? And that's the key. The word of God, whatever your word is, whatever your health journey, like what you see yourself as becoming in your health journey, you need to embody that. And my old Morgan was like, oh gosh, don't fall off. Oh, don't miss a workout or you're going to completely fall off. And you know how you fall off your health journeys. And you know how, you've done this before where you've lost weight and you've gained it all back. Like, don't gain back a pound. Don't gain, like, that was my mindset when I finally got to a place like, oh no, but I am a runner now. Like, I'm a runner. Like I actually enjoy it. I want to go run. I actually know my recipe. I like the smoothies. I like doing these things. Like these are fun to me. Like I'm identifying with this now. It's becoming a second nature to me. I'm embodying this. And so that's what I want to encourage you. If your health journey, you feel like you get up, you fall off, you're gonna make your mistakes though, trust me. But if you notice like you don't get back on the train, you're not identifying or embodying what you're trying to be. Like you're not embodying that. And so I noticed that when I embodied that I was a runner, when I embodied that, hey, okay, I drink a smoothie every day. Like this is kind of what I do Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday. The smoothies help with those extra sugar cravings. This is what I do. When I embodied that, I feel like that's when things change for me. And not saying I did every workout every day and, perfect, not at all. Trust me. There was one day I got to the gym and I was like, I don't even want to be here. I think I walked 15 minutes, if that. I knew it was so short that even when I was leaving, the gym guy at the front, he was like, like, dang, didn't you just get here? He kind of gave me a look like, oh, okay. But that's all I could give it that day, okay? So that's what I want to just tell you. Like, be at a place within your journey that you can identify with your health journey. You're not like, oh, like this isn't me, or I don't understand this, or this is really like I start and I stop, I start and I stop. Just say like, okay, even if have a little delay at moments, I identify with this. This is who I am. And so I actually want to share with you guys our challenge for the month of February with this health journey. Now, this is for the health girlies, okay? If you're more of my purpose girly, don't worry, we'll have some content on that really soon. But if you're more of my health girly for like the Esther Reset, this is really for you because our February challenge is called Fuel and Fitness. So fuel is really tying into your food, like making sure that you're eating things that fuel you and not just like junk food or filler food, where you're like emotionally eating that chocolate. It's late, but you want that bag of chips knowing you're really not that hungry. And so look at it as fuel and not so much filler food, okay? fuel. That's your go. All right. Also, too, a challenge this month is fitness. So, whatever that is for you, it may be 3 times a week, it may be 1 day a week, I don't know, or 5 days a week. You go on a walk or something. Challenge yourself to stick to your fitness goals. Okay. And I will say less is better because if you start going, like, I'm going to go 5 days a week, you might burn yourself out. But if you know Mondays Mondays and Wednesdays are your slowest days, like you have extra energy by that time and you don't mind throwing in a workout, then that might be what you need to do. But the goal for February is that you will pay attention to your filler food and you will start using fuel. For example, if you're at home and you notice like you always just after work you go and eat that bag of chips or you get a piece of candy, that was me, okay? That was the piece of candy girly. But if you're always like going and grabbing that like piece of candy or something, this right here is when you would say, okay, let me get some filler food. Oh, let me instead of having cookies on the counter or chips on the counter. Let me put some oranges, those little cuties. Let me put an apple. Let me put some bananas. Let me make a smoothie. Let me do yogurt, maybe granola, maybe my favorite little snack that's healthy version, right? That's where you're trying to combat some of those filler foods. Also, to pay attention to your job. Okay, this is for me and for a lot of people. Our jobs sometimes are our biggest hurdles because people may bring, oh, there's cinnamon rolls today. They brought you donuts. Oh, we have this, we have this. Here's candy, here's this. Like, I don't know about your job, but my job has a lot of sweets all the time around. And so, with that being said, pay attention to your struggle places because if you can conquer that, you'll probably watch yourself really lose some weight. If you can conquer that struggle place, wherever that is. I don't know where that is for you, obviously, but wherever that is. Um, Also, pay attention to your tiredness, okay? When we are tired, we tend to eat more. When we are tired, we tend to emotionally eat, feel or eat. And so I will say here lately, I was like, just today, I was like, oh, I'm kind of sleepy. And I noticed it was like I was on my second little mini Rice Krispie or third. And I think I was just tired and I was just like eating, right? So pay attention to your triggers and your like, pay attention to you. Because somebody else's trigger may be after 7 or 8 o'clock, they want a sweet treat, right? That might be their trigger. When your trigger might be you want a sweet treat in the middle of the day, okay? So be aware of your triggers and be aware of you so that you can combat this and so you will actually have a healthier life, right? And that's the goal is longevity in this, okay? It's longevity. And I will say when I started off my health journey, I was 198 pounds. I was fluctuating between like 198 and I never saw 200 on the scale, but I also wasn't getting on the scale. I was trying to avoid the scale. And so I started off in 2025, like hitting the ground running hard in January. I was like lifting weights, I was going to the gym, I was walking on my treadmill. I was doing all the things, but I wasn't getting my food in order. And they always say this, you cannot outwork a bad diet. And that was me all of January and all of February. When I realized in January and February that I really hadn't lost any weight, I got really discouraged. And so, actually, yeah, January I'd lost none. February I started out kind of strong, kind of a year ago from just this time. I kind of died out in February. Spring break, I tried to pick it back up, quickly died back out, fell off my health journey again. I picked a little bit back up at the end of April, led me into May. I think in May I did a few workouts. I can't really recall. But I'm sharing all this to tell you that the only thing that really kept me going for a long term was I started to see results. January and February, I wasn't seeing results because I was burning calories, but I was putting just as much back in. I was still eating all my candy, late night snacks. Anytime I wanted to stop at the store, I was grabbing a bag of my favorite gummies, my favorite things. So that was causing me to keep the pounds on versus losing the weight. And so by June, with walking and stuff, I noticed a little bit of improvement, but I didn't see as much as I'm like, and I really was like, something's wrong with me. Like either I have PCOS, a hyperthyroid, like I cannot lose this weight. And it wasn't that, it was what I was eating. It was my food. I even remember went and got all my blood work done. I got my hormones looked at. I got all kinds of stuff looked at because I was like, something is wrong. Like my body is not releasing this weight. Like I've got PCOS. Like I really thought I was having some struggles for sure. It was my food. And that was the one thing I didn't want to change. That's like the one thing I tried to do everything else, but it was my food. It was my food. And so now I'm not saying that I have my food down pat, like I'm perfect at it now, not at all. I still eat a cheeseburger. I still eat things for sure. But now I'm also like I don't overindulge. And I also have this like internal clock that I'm like, okay, Morgan, you've had how many cookies now? You said you was only gonna get one and you had two. So you better not get a third, okay? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like that awareness of like what you're eating and how much you're eating. Not telling you to starve yourself at all, but getting yourself to a place where you're like, I'm good. And if you fasted before, you definitely know what your body can go without. And I think that is always a good wake-up call for me. Because I'm like, girl, your body can go without a lot of this excess that you've been putting into it. And so, um, like I said, when I started, it was like 198-ish. And now it's like between 163 and 160. It's kind of fluctuating in that area right now. And I will say sometimes it feels so crazy. Like I'm like, wow, you're in the sixes. You haven't been in the sixes since you were in high school. Like, and I'm not aiming for no high school body, but that just shocks me. You know what I mean? And so I just want to tell you that your health journey, your health weight release, all that is possible for you, but do not overlook your food. If you like, and girls ask me all the time, well, Morgan, I really haven't made it to the gym. What should I be doing? Or I can't get to the gym. I'm like, get your food in order. If you get your food in order, that weight will fall off of you, especially if you've been overeating, overindulging. It's a lot of sweets, a lot of sugar. If you can get your food in order, that weight will fall off of you. And then when you start adding on working out, running, all that, walking out, like walking, that is going to help it even more. But if you can get your food in order, that's what I wish I would have done first. I was doing all the health process, like the going to the gym. I was even had a personal trainer on this trainer app where I was like lifting weights and stuff. And I remember feeling like, what am I doing wrong? And it was literally my food. And I had that training app for like a year. And it was like, now granted, did my legs look a little tight, like toned? Yeah. But like, I also was like still 30 to 40 pounds, or maybe 40 to 50 pounds overweight. So you're not seeing a lot of the benefits underneath, I guess you can say. And so I just really want to share that with you guys. Like, if you're a health girly, don't think that your health goals are unattainable, they're unreachable, that you have to have a surgery, that you have to go and take medication and do all these other things for your goals. You can start so simple, and you can start with paying attention to your triggers and to your filler food. Filler food means the food that you just grab to fill up on, and it's just like, oh, I'm bored, let's filler. Oh, I'm lonely, filler. Oh, I'm tired, filler food. Oh, I had a long day, filler food. Oh man, I just got off work and there's Sonic or there's my favorite spot with that good cookie or that good thing, filler food or ice cream, filler food, right? Being aware of your filler food and start looking at food as fuel and say, oh, after work every day, I'm always wanting to grab chocolate. So why don't I have a banana, a little cutie orange, whatever with me? So when I want that filler, I have that. Also for me, I'm a big like breakfast girly. I like having a good breakfast, but here lately I've been trying not to. Like my job has the most carby breakfasts, okay? I try my best not to eat those breakfasts at my job. And I think that's really helped me too with losing weight. But also too, it's like getting yourself to a place where you're like, okay, and I know if I don't have a smoothie, if I don't have a cutie, if I don't have a banana, if I don't have some type of breakfast in the morning, when I get to my job and I see all this, that, oh, we have biscuits and gravy, we got cinnamon roll, and I hear all that, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna go grab it. So I know, prepare, right? Have something in the bag, have something, in your pocket, ready for that moment. And so that is what I would suggest to you guys on your health journey. And so I will say too, on the Esther Reset, don't forget to look at your ebook. The ebook I created for you is really just to kind of help you get started with your smoothies, your grocery list, everything. But really, it's so simple. Once you start making them, it will just become like clockwork to you. It will literally be like, oh, you don't even have to think about it. You just automatically know you got this, da, 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 bam. You know, you got your smoothies. And so that is something that I would highly, highly suggest to make sure you don't forget about that ebook. That ebook is a resource that I created to go along with this cohort to kind of help you jumpstart your health, give you some faith focuses. And that goes along with us as we're in this group chat and everything. As we do our weekly check-ins, as we drop encouragement, as we drop tips on what we're eating. Oh, I tried this salad. Oh, I bought this at this place. As we're dropping all this, this is really to just help edify your health journey even more. All right. So, anyways, I said a lot, and honestly, I'm gonna get a drink of my water. And then if there's anyone that has anything they would love to share or say, I would definitely love it. Feel free. Feel free if there's anything you want to chime in on. All right, Alina.
Hey ladies, I
Hi.
just want to share to include God on every decision. Like if you have a desire or something that you want to eat, ask the Lord, like, God, should I eat this? Like he is your best
Hmm.
friend. He's your everything. Like, should I eat this? Should I go to this place? Should I eat at this place? There's so much going
Yeah.
on in this world and our discernment has to be like our prayer time and our intimacy with the Lord has to be on high alert because there's just so much going on and we don't know what's in the foods, we don't know what's going on anymore, and just I include God in everything. Include God in everything and ask him, should I be eating this? Should I be eating here? Should I do this? And you will feel a nudge, you will feel conviction whether you should be eating it or not, whether you should eat at that place or whether you should not eat at that place. The Daniel fast this time around really shifted my mind in so many ways, like to the like hardcore. Like I've been hitting it hard with this anti-inflammatory, no gluten, no dairy, no refined sugar lifestyle, and it's so good. And I also want to say that white bread. I know I said it in the message, but for anyone in case that they didn't see it in the message, but when we're eating bread, white bread or any type of bread that has flour in it, it's sugar. You're basically eating candy because the body processes it at glucose as candy. So if you were to eat a piece of bread tonight and then take your blood test the next day, your insulin levels will be high because the way the body processes refined flour, processed flour and all that is as sugar, is basically eating candy. Um, I was going to eat a slice of pizza for their Super Bowl yesterday, and it's like God stopped it. Literally, God stopped it because I haven't had pizza since what, 3 months now, since October, maybe November of last year. And I haven't had a slice of pizza because I'm not eating dairy. I'm not eating breads or anything like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself to one small slice of pizza, and the Lord stopped it. Completely stopped it. Like it just something happened, and I completely forgot about the pizza, forgot about the slice, didn't eat the pizza, and God stopped it. So include
Yeah.
God in everything. And when God starts shifting your mind, like Romans 12:2 says, do not conform by the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That has to be daily. Like you got constantly to renew your mind. Like, thank you, Jesus. You help me, you guide me, you tell me what to eat today. Like include him in everything, and you'll see how slowly your mind starts to shift and you will no longer desire those things. And if you eat it one day, you'll feel like, oh, this didn't hit me right because of that conviction, that guidance, that constant check-in with the Holy Spirit and our Father and Jesus. He's everything. And I include him in everything, even in the clothes I'm gonna wear. Like, should I wear this outfit today? Should I do this today? Should I do that today? Include God in everything. And he'll start to see your mind transforming and renewing each and every day when you include him in everything.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Alina. Yes. Yes, y'all. She hit the nail on the head with that. And thank you so much for like sharing about how flour, like white flour does in our bodies. And that is one thing like she's saying, there's so much you're gonna learn on your health journey about your body. Like there are some things I learned like, man, I just can't eat so X, Y, and Z. Even though I like it, I know how it makes me feel. I cannot eat that, right? And learning your body or like man that gives me a really upset stomach like okay like can't do that, so that really will help you be aware of your body. But then also too when you notice like your flesh, because it says in scripture, the spirit is willing but our flesh is weak. When you know that your flesh is being very weak towards food, towards emotional eating, towards all of that, you have to lock in. You have to say, hold on now, all right, Lord, help me. Like you have to kind of bring yourself back and like recenter a little bit and be like, okay, Lord, help me with this. And I will say one thing I have said openly on my health journey, on during this reset, is there are so many days where when I'm falling asleep at night, I just say, Lord, help me get up in the morning to go run or work out, or just help me get up to get have the discipline to get up. And I had to start doing that back when I first started because the first, me and my friend, we went on a walk and then the next day I canceled on her. I was like, hey girl, I'm not gonna make it. And then she's like, oh, okay. And she went and I remember feeling like, why didn't I just go? Like you got up to send the text. You should have just got up and went. And I realized though, I remember from that moment, I would pray, like falling, right before I'd fall asleep, I would just say this little prayer, Lord, when that alarm goes off in the morning, please help me get up. Help me get up. Help me get up. And I would already like lay out my clothes. I had my routine, my clothes laid out, my shoes, my socks. If I need a hoodie or something, if it's cold out, a beanie, whatever, all that's laid out. I'd have everything just sitting on my vanity waiting on me. But just because everything was laid out didn't mean I'd get up and go. And so what I had to realize is I had to pray for that extra push, that extra help, because like Morgan and her flesh and her tiredness and her understanding of, well, I was up late editing a video, so that's why I'm not wanting to go work out, or oh, well, I work two jobs kind of, so that's why I don't want to, right? Like I had every excuse in the book. And so I remember being just like, Lord, help me when the alarm goes off, help me not to press snooze, help me to get up. And I will say, we're 9 months in. I still pray that prayer. And there's so many days where I just get up before the alarm, or there are days where the alarm goes off and nothing in me wants to get up. I mean, I'm like, ugh, mm, ugh. But girl, I know what I'm outside running or I'm at the gym. And so I just want to share that with you is don't neglect that power of prayer. Like Alina said, like, man, don't neglect that. That is going to help you on your most tiredest days, your hardest days, your your days you've lost the most, days that the life has been so heavy. Those are going to really assist you on those. Prayers going to really assist you on those days. Also, too, talking about acknowledging the days. Be aware of the days of the week you're most tired. Let's say, like for me, I'm a teacher. Mondays are always my most tired days after work. Like, I don't really schedule too much stuff afterwards on Monday because them kids tear me up every Monday. Every Monday, it's like you're on 100. Like, sit down, write your name, write your name, write your name, it's like you're just wore out, honestly. Because you said the same thing. And it's always like the weekend is great, but by Monday you got to kind of get them back into their routine, kind of reel them back in a little bit. And so Monday is always like I'm drained on a Monday. Look, if you can't tell right now, this is a Monday. This is how I look afterwards. I'm always drained on a Monday. So I notice that I don't try to put too much on my plate. Like, okay, if I'm gonna cook dinner, I already know what it is. It's already laid. It's a simple meal. It's a 15, 20-minute meal. It's an easy meal. Tonight my husband cooked, so I didn't have to worry about that. But so being aware of that, because I bet you if I was still single by myself, I would just be like, I'm gonna just grab some pizza. I'm gonna just grab, because I've done it so many days, even as a married woman, where I'm like, I'm tired. I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna cook anything. I'm gonna just pick up this because it's nearby. I'm picking up this, and stuff that like fry some just stuff that's obviously not good quality, right? It's just something to fill me up because I'm drained. And so be aware of the days of the week where you notice you're more prone to be exhausted, drained, emotionally tired, mentally tired, whatever that is, because most likely that's going to lead to how you eat. It's going to impact the way that you eat. And I have learned that for myself. Like I always want like comfort food on Monday evenings. It's like I just want to sit on the couch and like eat popcorn, drink hot chocolate kind of vibes. Nothing wrong with that, but also being aware like sometimes I'm just tired. I'm just exhausted, right? And so being clear with everything that you're going through and you're feeling as well in your life. And so there's a lot that we can talk about on our health journey. There's so many things. And we've had a call just about a week ago where we were wrapping up round six and we were talking about our fast food recipes and our fast food orders that kind of help us stay in our calorie deficit. We talked about a lot of different things. And that is one thing I will say. These Esther resets, bi-weekly check-ins, they're just really meant to help recalibrate you, especially, and then we do a Monday weigh-in. And so every Monday we weigh in and we share that in our chat with everyone and just kind of where we're at, what we're doing. And even though sometimes the scale is not always the best factor, um, just getting past the fear of the scale is sometimes a really big thing for us. And to be able to share our weight, even when we don't like our weight, that is always a really great thing to get past because I feel like that even sheds some stuff off of us when we're able to do that. And so, yeah, we've talked about a lot, and we'll continue to talk more in the group chat on some stuff that I had kind of saved that I would love to share with you guys about just the month of February. This is a month of love, and this is just a month where you just should be obviously loving on everything, loving on people around you, but don't forget to love on your body. Don't forget to pour love back into yourself. And that's with your prayer, that's your personal walk with God, but that's also physically. How can you show yourself this week how much you love yourself? And I'm not telling you to go spend no money on yourself or whatever, but I'm like, how can you show yourself this week how much you love yourself? Is that going to work out? Is that getting up and drinking a smoothie? I always say my smoothies for me are self-care. Every time I drink a smoothie, it's like it's a little piece of self-care. Like I'm like, I'm doing this for myself, but this is helping my body. It's giving my fruits, my vegetables, the nutrients I need. Like, so I just want to encourage you to kind of embody that yourself and like just pour love into yourself this week. And so I did stream this on YouTube, didn't really plan to, but I knew some women wanted to watch this on replay. And so I streamed it on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube right now, I did drop a link. So if you want to know anything about the Esther Reset, you're welcome to go ahead and click that. I hope you enjoyed kind of chiming in, listening in to the Esther Reset a little bit because the goal with this is that we'll just help you get over the mountain of your health. If your health has felt like a big mountain that you just have not been able to conquer, we all have mountains in our lives, whatever that thing is. But if health has been one, then I have created the Esther Reset because I have learned a few things that have helped me lose almost 40 pounds. I'm like less than 4 to 3 pounds away from being down 40 pounds. And I cannot wait to get to that number. Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, to say I'm down 40 pounds, like it's gonna blow my mind. But I'm like 3 to 4 pounds away from that, but I'm just still like, wow, God, like thank you so much. When the idea of being down 10 pounds seemed so hard because my body, I just felt like I couldn't lose weight. And so, yeah. And so I just hopefully this inspires you to not neglect your body, to not neglect your health journey, and to really step up in that area. Okay? Okay, okay. Because that's really all we can ask for is that we will just step up in that area and really, really, really show out. And so I'm gonna stop streaming on